Hello children, today we will do yet another chapter from our class 3 SST book. Today's topic is The Earth Our Home. Yes, chapter 1, The Earth Our Home. It is a geography chapter. So let's start. Children, before we start reading our chapter, let us first discuss about our earth. Please listen very carefully, okay? Now, first let me explain you what is earth. Okay? Well, you can look at this picture. This is a picture of our earth, okay? Yes. Now what is earth? We all live in our houses, isn't it? With our families. Our houses are a part of a city or a village. A house, where is a house? A house is in a village or in a city, isn't it? A city or a village is a part of a country. In which country do we live? We live in India. Okay. So, a city or a village is a part of a country. And many countries together form a continent. And continents are named given to large masses of land on earth. These are large masses on land and these are known as continents and they make up our earth. Okay. The sun and its 8 planets that revolve around it form our solar system. The earth on which we live is one of the 8 planets. Okay. Do you know what are the names of the 8 planets? So, well, look at this. If you all can remember. Sun and there are 8 planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay. The sun and its 8 planets make our solar system. The earth on which we live is one of the 8 planets. See, Earth. Earth is one of the 8 planets. Other 7 planets are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So we can see Earth is the 3rd planet. First is Mercury, second is Venus and third is Earth. Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun. It is the 5th largest planet in the solar system. The other 4 big planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, okay. And Earth is 5th largest planet in the solar system. Now, Earth is the only planet in our solar system that has a large amount of liquid water. See, you can see over here in this picture also. Lands are less and water is in abundance, okay. About 74% of the surface of Earth is covered by liquid or frozen water. Because of this, people sometimes call it the blue planet. So, Earth is also known as blue planet. Okay. Why? Because it is more covered with liquid or frozen water. Because of its water, Earth is home to millions of species of plants and animals. Children, no other planets except Earth has life on it. Because why? Because it has water. Okay, water is most essential, okay, for living thing. And Earth is the only planet which has water. So, Earth is home to millions of species of plants and animals. Okay, so now we all know what is Earth, our Earth, isn't it? Now children, let us go through our SST books and learn more about our Earth. So children, open your SST book to page 6 and I shall read and explain you the chapter. The Earth, Our Home. Okay. Have you all opened it? Now listen very carefully as I read through the chapter and I explain you. Okay. The Earth, Our Home. Introduction. We all live on the earth. We all were born on it. We are growing on it. We play, pray and study here. So, we all know that we all live on earth. Okay. We all live on earth. And we are born on it. Isn't it? And we are growing on it. Whatever activities we do, whatever, even if we play, pray, study, whatever we do it on earth. We get corn, fruits and vegetables from the plants that grow on its breast. Farmers plow the land, till their land and we get crops, isn't it? And these crops are corns, fruits, vegetables, rice, wheat, meat, maize, all these things we are getting from our earth. The earth has air for us to breathe and water for us to drink. The most essential part, the most essential thing for us living in earth is water and air, isn't it? The other planets except earth, they do not have any water and neither they have any traces of air. But earth is the only planet which has water as well as air. The two most essential things needed by human beings. Okay. To a farmer, earth is a rich soil. For a sailor, earth is water as far as the eye can see. A pilot's view of earth may include part of an ocean, a mountain and patches of farmland. So, to a farmer, earth is what? Rich soil, isn't it? Farmer knows how to till his land, knows how to plow his land. So, for him, his earth is the rich soil in which he plows. Okay. For a sailor, earth is water as far as the eye can see. A sailor sails on the ship, isn't it? So, what he sees around him? Only water, isn't it? So, for him, earth is water. Okay. A pilot's view of earth may include part of an ocean, a mountain and patches of farmland. Pilot, who is a pilot? A pilot, he flies the plane, isn't it? So, from top of the earth, from when it's flying from above in the sky, he can see what? He can see oceans, he can see mountain, patches of farmland. So, for him, earth is these things. Mountains, oceans, patches of farmland. Okay. That is why we call it Mother Earth. Why we call it Mother, children? We call it Mother Earth because as a mother gives birth to babies, isn't it? And brings it up, isn't it? So, our earth also focuses on life-giving and nurturing aspect in the form of mother. And also, earth is the only planet, only place where life is possible. That is why we call earth as Mother Earth, because it is life-giving. It gives life, isn't it? That is why we call it Mother Earth. Okay. Now, we will go to our next topic. The earth is a planet. Okay. The earth is a planet. We all know there are 8 planets in the solar system. The sun and the 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Earth is the planet, isn't it? Now, what is a planet? The word planet is derived from Greek word meaning wanderer. Wanderer means who moves around, okay, from place to place. They are known as wanderer. So planet is also called wanderers because they revolve around the sun. They are moving around the sun. That is why they are known as wanderers. They are moving around the sun in their own path, known as orbit. Okay. So they are revolving around the sun, and so they are known as wanderers. Okay. Watch the sky on a clear night. You will see numerous objects that twinkle. Okay children, have you all ever seen a clear night sky? Yes, many of us have seen, isn't it? What do we see on a clear night, at night? What happens when you look up? You can see thousands and millions of small dots shimmering, twinkling. What are those? Those are stars, yes. And they are numerous. They are uncountable. You cannot count those stars, isn't it? They are the stars. They are hot bodies giving out flames. They are very, very hot. Stars are very hot and they are producing flames, okay? It is these flames that twinkle. Because the stars are very far and it is giving out flames, so at clear night, when the night is very clear, in the darkness, you can see them twinkling because of the flames that they are giving out. Okay. The sun is also a star. We all know that sun is also a star, isn't it? But it looks bigger than the other stars, isn't it? Other stars are just dots in the night sky. But sun looks bigger than those stars. Why? Because it is bigger than other stars, as it is rather close to us. Okay. Now turn your page to page 7. Yes. Now we shall continue. There are other bodies too in the sky. There is sun, there are stars, and there are other bodies in the sky also. Okay. They do not twinkle. They shine with the light of the sun. They are called planets. Okay. So, other than the stars, other than the sun, there are other objects in the sky. They do not produce any light of their own. They do not have any light. They do not glow like the stars. But what do? They shine with the light of the sun. Isn't it? They take the light from the sun and they shine. Okay. And they are called planets. They are 8 in number and the earth is one of them. I have already shown you there are 8 in number and the earth is one of them. Okay. In this context, let me tell you that earlier we had 9 planets. Here there are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Earlier there was one more planet. It was known as Pluto. Yes, it was the 9th planet. But now it is no longer considered as a planet. It is now considered as a dwarf planet. Okay. So right now we have only 8 planets. Okay. Now let's read again. All these twinkling and non-twinkling bodies are in the sky or heavens. Why heavens? We all assume that where is the heaven? In the sky, isn't it? So, all the twinkling and non-twinkling bodies are in the sky or heavens. So, they are called heavenly bodies. Okay. So, what do we mean by heavenly bodies? Heavenly bodies are planets, stars and other celestial body. What is celestial body? Celestial body are like stars, moon, sun, which are out of the surface of the earth. Okay. Everything that is present in the space out of the surface of the earth is known as celestial body. Okay. So all these things are known as heavenly bodies. The planets, stars and other celestial bodies are known as heavenly bodies. Okay. Thus, our earth is also a heavenly body and it is in the sky. The sky is all above our earth, but the earth is different from other heavenly bodies. Why? Why earth is different from other heavenly bodies? Yes, we will read. Come on, let's read. Land and water cover the surface and air surrounds the earth. Okay. So, land and water covers the earth and air surrounds the earth. That is why earth is a unique planet, a different planet. Okay, different and unique heavenly body, because it is the only object, it is the only planet in our solar system which has water and air, which is most essential for life, isn't it? So that is why earth is different from the rest of the heavenly bodies. So far as we know, the earth is the only heavenly body that supports life. Yes, no other planet till now has been traced or been assumed to have water and air, or any other planet can support life. No, no other planets except earth supports life. Okay, what make our earth unique are its atmosphere and its water. What is atmosphere, children? Atmosphere is the mixture of gases that surrounds the earth. Okay, a thin layer of air that covers as a blanket the earth is known as atmosphere. Atmosphere is very, very important for us. Okay. So, what makes our earth unique? It is the atmosphere and water. Oh. It has living things, human beings, plants, animals, birds and insects on it. Okay, that is why our earth is different. Our earth is a unique planet. Okay, have you all understood till here? Okay. Now, next we will go to shape of the earth. Okay. Now look. You can see this picture. What shape is this? The earth is like a huge ball, round, isn't it? But people in ancient times they had misconception that the earth's shape was like a flat table and feared to venture far into the sea. Earlier in ancient times, people used to think that earth is flat. See, when we look around us, what do we see? We see only flat lands, flat plains, isn't it? That is why the people in ancient time had misconception that the earth is flat, and if they venture far into the sea, then they would fall off the edge of the earth. Okay. But was it true? No, no. They thought that after reaching the steep edge of the table, they would slip down into the ocean. Well, to make your idea clear, let me show you another picture. See, what can you see? Earlier people thought that earth is flat. Okay. And if they venture into the sea with a ship, what would happen? They would fall off. Okay. They thought it was like a table. The earth was like a table. And so they feared moving into the sea, far off into the sea. Okay. And they thought that if they go on moving and moving on the sea, what will happen? Eventually they will reach to the edge of the earth and they would fall off. Okay. Even the great navigators like Christopher Columbus had difficulty in collecting his crew during his explorations. Christopher Columbus, we know now, one of the navigator, isn't it? He also discovered many countries, isn't it? So when he used to go out for his expeditions, he found it very difficult to collect his crew because they feared that they would reach to the edge of the earth and they would fall off. Okay. Only during Magellan's Fernandez Ferdinand's round the world expedition in 1519. Magellan Ferdinand's round the world expedition in 1519, it was proved beyond doubt that Earth was round in shape. Okay. So let us continue with the chapter Shape of the Earth. In ancient times, people had different ideas about the shape of the Earth. In the beginning, most people believed that the Earth was flat. Like this over here, you can see. They believed that the Earth was flat. In 1519, a Portuguese sailor, Ferdinand Magellan, started on a journey in his ship from Spain. Okay. And he kept traveling towards the east. So in 1519, what happened? Ferdinand Magellan started continuing his journey from Spain. He kept traveling towards the east. He used a magnetic compass to make sure of the direction of his journey. Okay, see how does magnetic compass look like? There are 4 directions: north, south, east, west. Okay, with the help of this compass, Magellan Ferdinand travelled with his ship. Okay. He had travelled all the way around the earth with the help of magnetic compass. He could prove that the earth is not flat but it is round, as we see, isn't it? It is round. Okay. If we look at a distance, the sky appears to meet the earth. Suppose if you go to a sea beach or if you are standing in an open field, okay, if you see right till the end of the field, what you will see? You will assume that the earth and the sky is meeting, isn't it? So, is it actually meeting? No, it appears to meet. So, the line which shows that that the earth and the sky is meeting, that line is called horizon. Okay. So, in fact, the earth and the sky never meet. The imaginary line where the sky appears to meet the earth is called the horizon. The horizon appears circular because the earth is round. This is also yet another proof that the earth is round, because the horizon appears to be circular. Okay, appears circular. In 1969, some men were able to land on moon. We all know on July 20, 1969, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong landed on moon, isn't it? They took photographs of the earth taken, okay, from space, and this proved that the earth is round. So, photographs of the earth taken by astronauts from space prove beyond doubt that the earth is round, not flat. So, it is a fact now that the earth is round in shape. Who are astronaut children? Person who travels in spacecraft is known as astronaut. Okay. So, the photographs of the earth taken by astronauts by space prove beyond doubt that earth is round and not flat. That earth is round. Like this. The earth is round and it is not flat. Okay. So, it is a fact now that the earth is round in shape. Okay. Children, today we will stop till here. Okay. I hope you all have all understood. If not, then we will recapitulate shortly. Okay. Let's see what we have learned today. Quickly we will go through these points. We have learned what is Earth. Earth is one of the planets of the solar system, isn't it? Planet means, it is a Greek word which means wanderer. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Earlier in ancient time, people believed that Earth was flat, but Ferdinand Magellan in 1519, he proved that Earth was not flat, it was round. We have learnt about horizon. It is a point where the sky and the earth seems to meet, isn't it? The line. and photographs taken by astronauts in 1969 proves that the earth is round and it is not flat. Okay, I hope you have all understood. Okay, now there is a small work for you all to be done at home. Why don't you all draw our solar system? Okay, I have shown you the earth and I have shown you the compass, isn't it, magnetic compass, but I have not shown you all our solar system. Why? Because I wanted you all to draw it. Okay. So, you all will draw the solar system, the sun and the 8 planets in your exercise column. Okay. Thank you children for listening very carefully. Bye.